Now launch Infinity 2, where you'll be able to...
You can stop what you're doing right there.
But you're me. How could that even...
Yeah, I'm from about 4 months in the future. See, around then, they both completely changed and retconned the process for installing custom firmware on a PSP, so I figured it'd be the best for the both of us if I just came back here and did it myself.
So you're telling me that we do time travel now?
Yeah, we do time travel now. So, you know, if you want to go and, I don't know, finish that Rob the Robot episode you've been working on, I can finish up here for you.
Hello and welcome back to the VideoGame O.R, the series where we show you the process in repairing and restoring all things gaming. Recently, the process for modding a PSP has completely changed. Therefore, today we're going over how to mod a PSP using the new method to install the ARK-4 Custom Firmware. So without any further ado, let's begin the procedure. In order to install custom firmware onto a PSP, you'll need a PSP, obviously, a Memory Stick Pro Duo 2 SD card adapter, and a micro SD card. Affiliate links are available in the description down below for all items used in this tutorial. Now, this mod is compatible with all models of the PSP. The method I'll be demonstrating in this tutorial will work on all 1000, 2000, and 3000 models. If you happen to have a PSP Go, the process is fairly similar, however the mod files and install locations will vary. With the PSP model compatibility out of the way, remove your Memory Stick Pro Duo adapter from its package. Then insert your microSD card into the adapter and grab your PSP. Remove any current memory stick that may be in your system and insert the new SD card adapter. Then be sure to dispose of the prior memory stick with the utmost discretion. Once disposed of, insert the charging cable and turn on your PSP. Upon startup, you'll be greeted with a message stating that the memory stick will need to be formatted. To do this, navigate to the Settings tab on the XMB, then enter the system settings, and from there, scroll down until you see the option Format Memory Stick. Go ahead and select it, at which point you'll be presented with two confirmation screens. Be sure to select Yes for both of them. Your system should then begin formatting the new memory stick. Once formatted, we'll need to check the system's current firmware version. Scroll down from the option to format the memory stick and select System Information. Here, you'll see the firmware your system is currently running. It's advised that your system is on the 6.61 official firmware before installing the ARK-4 Custom Firmware. In this case, our system is on version 6.60, so we'll need to update it to 6.61 before continuing our custom firmware installation. Head to the link in the description for a repository hosting the 6.60 and 6.61 official firmware files. Select the 6.61 link for the type of system you're updating. For this tutorial, I'm using a PSP 1000 model, so I'll select the option for the 1000, 2000, 3000, and street revisions. This will then take you to a mega download link for the official PSP update file. Download it and head back onto the PSP. Make sure that the option for USB Auto Connect is turned on, and use a mini USB cable to connect your PSP system to your computer. Alternatively, you could remove the SD card and connect it to your computer instead if you prefer. Once connected, navigate to the PSP folder on your system storage. Now enter the game folder, and create a new folder titled Update in all caps. Next, copy the downloaded update file to the update folder you just created, and rename the file to eboot.pbp. After the file's been renamed, eject your PSP storage and either disconnect your system from the computer or reinsert the SD card. Next, navigate to the game section of the XMB and enter the memory stick storage. From here, you should be presented with the 6.61 update. Start the application and work your way through the update process. While we're waiting for the update to complete, let's grab the ARK-4 Custom Firmware files. Head down to the link for the PS Punk website and click on the big button to download the ARK-4 files. Once the firmware update completes, reconnect your PSP to your computer and navigate back to the PSP directory. Now enter the game folder. Once inside, delete the update folder as it's no longer needed. Then navigate back to the PSP directory and enter the save data folder. Next, open the ARK-4 archive we downloaded and copy the ARK-01234 folder to the save data folder. Now navigate back to the PSP folder and enter the game directory. directory. Then copy the ARK loader folder from the archive to it. At this point, you can eject your PSP storage and disconnect the system from your computer. Now navigate to the game section on the PSP and enter the memory stick. You should see an ARK loader application available, so go ahead and fire it up. Once loaded, you'll be greeted by a wall of text, which is more than just text, as in fact it's the custom firmware being initialized. After it's been loaded, you'll get a message stating that the system is preparing to reboot, and within a few seconds the system will restart. Once the console loads into the XMB, navigate back to the system information. If your system software reads as 6.61 ARK-4 Live, then congratulations, as you are officially running custom firmware on your PSP. However, this firmware isn't persistent, meaning that each time you start up the console, you'll need to run the ARK loader in order to load the custom firmware. Now, if that sounds like a hassle for you, don't worry, as we can make ARK-4 auto-load on startup. Connect your PSP storage to the computer once again. Now enter its PSP directory, followed by the game folder. Then head back into the ARK-4 archive and enter its PSP folder. From here, copy the ARK CIPL folder to the game folder on your PSP. Once copied, eject the PSP storage and disconnect your handheld from the computer. Next, navigate to the game section of the XMB and enter the memory stick. You should now see an ARK CIPL flasher. Go ahead and start it up. Once loaded, you'll be prompted to press cross to install CIPL. So go on and press the cross button to begin the CIPL flash, and in less time than it takes for me to finish this sentence, your system should restart with permanent custom firmware. This new ARK-4 firmware gives you access to custom firmware settings, the ability to install plugins, and even features a custom game launcher. You're also able to update the modded firmware via the internet using what used to be the software updater within the system settings. Going forward, the ARK-4 Custom Firmware will be the best way to unlock your PSP's full potential, by giving you access to homebrew, emulators, and playing your game backups. Now, before we wrap up this episode, let's see today's featured comment. This video's comment of the day was brought to you by Fabio Ganeco, who said, "First, hi mom, hi dad, love both of you. Thanks for your comment, Fabio, and say hello to your parents for me." Now, if you enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like and making that subscribe button glow so you don't miss any future content. And if you have any lingering questions, be sure to leave a comment or visit our official Discord server. Link below if you're interested in stopping by. With that, I'll see you in the next one.